Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Lloydminster Interval Home recently announced that they would be receiving funding from the Government of Alberta. The nonprofit in Lloydminster was the recipient of over $580,000 to support their services, as well to fund 13 previously unfunded beds.
In 1980, we started as an emergency shelter for women and children fleeing interpersonal violence. Since then, we have grown to include second stage programming for those leaving emergency shelter, community-based outreach programming, educational programming, social enterprise, and a recreation-based youth center.
The Government of Alberta is proud to be able to make an impact on the Lloydminster community.
It's an important service. They were finding ways to fund those extra 13 beds. They made a good case for us to try to come and do this, and I'm happy it all worked out. And it's a very critical service that's here. We also support the Sexual Assault Center, and we bumped that up a little bit too. So the work we're doing, like, it's one of the things I've been really happy with, that we've come through in Lloydminster in the social services side to try to help people that need the help.
And our Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for a weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project, and today we have Fenty, possibly one of the cutest dogs to come on to Pet Project. She is so sweet and so energetic, and she's actually she knows a lot of commands too. So tell me a little bit about her journey here and how she even just came to be here.
So Fenty was brought in around the 1st of May. She was a stray from Bylaw. She was found around 50th Street over by Spice Hut. We're estimating her to be about 7 months old, so she is still a puppy, still very playful. She loves playing tug of war. She really likes the frisbee. She's a very sweet, energetic, happy little girl, and she's just beautiful. Come here, baby.
Yes, and she has a unique feature to her as well. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
So Miss Fenty, if you can see, has heterochromia, and what that means is that her eyes are actually different colors. So she's pretty unique.
Yes, it adds to her beauty already, and it's so cute. And that doesn't, just for people a peace of mind, that doesn't affect her health in any sort of way.
No, it's just really cool to look at.
And it's a unique feature that just adds to her uniqueness and to her personality. She really is just the sweetest. But she is still a puppy, so she does still nip just a little bit, but you were able to actually redirect her earlier. So.
Yeah, so with the proper training and patience, like, she'd be the absolute perfect family dog. She's great with kids. She loves other dogs. Hasn't been tested with cats yet. She might be a little bit too rambunctious, especially for like older cats. But very, very sweet girl. Like, she learned sit and paw today.
Yeah,
like,
so she's smart, she knows so command, she is just very treat motivated, but as most dogs and puppies are. No, she is adorable. Now, we have a few events coming up. Street Fest being the most current one, so let's talk about Street Fest and what people can expect from Border Paws.
So on the 8th here, we're going to be taking part in Street Fest, which they put on every summer. We'll have a booth set up with some information about the shelter, and some of our adoptable animals will be there with us. We'll have a little booth set up. They're going to have food trucks. There's a whole bunch of booths set up. Tons of fun for the whole family. Live music usually, so we're pretty excited to be taking part in that again this year. Fenty.
Hello. Yes, Street Fest is always a good time. They always put on a great event downtown. So now Father's Day is approaching as well in a couple of weeks, and so there's 2 perfect Father's Day-like events that would be great gifts for fathers. Let's talk about the one on the Friday, the 14th. It's a comedy show.
It is. So as seen on Prime Video, Apple TV, and Canada's Got Talent, the Man's Best Friend comedy show is going to be hosted by the Sticks on Friday night. Starts at 7 p.m. It is an 18-only event, so just adults, sorry, no kids. But you can purchase your tickets, one for $30 or a pair for $50. There's a QR code that we can put up here so you can purchase your tickets. And of course, proceeds from this event will help take care of our special cases like Fenty and all the other animals that we have here in our care right now.
It sounds great. And then the next day on the Saturday, a more family-friendly event geared towards more families, the car show. Tell us a little bit about that as well.
So the 16th annual Just Cruisin' Car Show is going to be coming to town here on the 16th or 15th. So the car show will have a special guest, Dave Mischuk, and he is from Lost Car Rescue. So you've probably seen him on the TV. He'll be there. They're going to have a DJ, food trucks, lots of vendors and things. They've graciously donated a beautiful handmade bench to us that we can raffle off. We have tickets available at the shelter, and I believe we'll be selling some at the car show as well. Maybe have an adoptable animal or two there with us.
Amazing. That sounds like it's going to be a great event for the family, for Father's Day. I think that's perfect. And of course for the animals as well. Now, same as every week, are there any donations that you're in need of? And if you want to talk about the merchandise as well.
Yes, so with the warmer weather coming up, we're hoping that we can get some monetary donations to help put some rubberized mats in the back kennels, the concrete ones, because concrete can get pretty hot on their poor little paws, and they like to run and jump and parkour. So we'd like to be able to kind of reinforce the bottoms of our outside kennels just to make it a little bit easier on their paws, a little bit softer for them. We're also in need of a lawnmower, if anybody is willing to donate one that they want to get rid of that still is pretty good condition, because it takes a little while to do all the grass with the weed whacker. I know from personal experience. Walkie-talkies would be very helpful for us too, especially it does get pretty loud in the back with the people working with the dogs, and we need to be able to communicate a little bit faster than running back and forth sometimes, so that would be greatly appreciated as well. And of course, dog enrichment, the harder Kong type toys, because we got our chewers. Hey?
Yes, some of the bigger dogs, definitely.
She's so sweet. She's made for TV.
Yes, she was. Now, usually I'll wrap up at this point, but there is a special announcement that you want to make.
Yes.
Your son's birthday is today, so we'd just like to say happy birthday to your son.
Right? I'm just, I'm gonna cry. So I wanted to wish my son Lucas a very, very happy 15th birthday. And I know by the time you see this, you've gotten all your presents already. But I think the greatest present ever is the fact that I've gotten to be your mom for 5,479 days. And I can't wait to see you when I get home.
Aw, that is so sweet, and happy birthday. And thank you again for joining us. And Fenty, you were probably the most perfect guest, and I for sure have no doubt that she will make the perfect companion to any household.
Thank you so much.
And we'll have more primetime local news after the break. Welcome back. The Edmonton Oilers are back in the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 2006, after beating the Dallas Stars in 6 games. While Edmonton had a slow start to the season, Oilers fans in the border city are optimistic about their chances.
I think eventually it was just a slow start, and they eventually just got it going now.
Connor McDavid leads all playoff scorers with 31 points, and when fans were asked if he was their playoff MVP, it was an easy decision.
There's no question.
Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final takes place Saturday, June 8th, as a Canadian team looks to hoist the cup for the first time since 1993. The final event of 4-H Expo is the Lamb and Steer Sale, where members sell their projects to local buyers and businesses and receive a check for all their hard work. This year, a family decided to sell one of their animals and donate the proceeds. AC and Cadence Forbes and Delta Hippie sold a market lamb, which sold at the beginning of the sale, with all proceeds going towards the Lloydminster Health Foundation.
My family's been through a lot with watching my grandma struggle through cancer, and we really just want to see the money go towards the Lloydminster Health Foundation Center.
The lamb initially sold for over $9,000 and then was donated back and sold again multiple times before a buyer finally kept the lamb, leading to a grand total of $12,775 being raised.
Raising $12,775 is extremely overwhelming, and we're just extremely grateful that they would come to us and think of us firsthand when it comes to healthcare in our community.
And the Forbes family is incredibly proud of their kids for donating the sale to the foundation.
The kids really liked the idea. They brought it up, and I was supportive of that. They realized the amount of help it takes to get here to the 4-H show, and it's good to give back to the community and seeing how much it could be used at the hospital.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news. Father's Day weekend is approaching, and with that, an annual event in Lloydminster. Stacey Comer has more on what is planned for this year's Ribfest, including a change of location.
We have an exciting event coming up on the border city. It's Ribfest. Once again, this is just something that everybody from the area waits for every year. And Border City Connects is the reason that it happens. Glenn Fagnan is joining me from Border City Connects. Glenn, thanks for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having us, Stacey.
Well, let's talk about Ribfest this year. From what I understand, there are a couple of changes compared to last year, the main one being the location.
Yeah, you bet. We are back at the White Exhibition again, and that's going to be our forever home as we move forward. So yeah, that's our biggest one, and certainly the other change is that it's going to be just, I think, bigger and better.
And let's talk about the dates and times that this runs. What is the first day of it, and what is the last day?
You bet. So it starts at 11 o'clock on Friday, the June 14th, and runs till Sunday, June 16th at 8 p.m. roughly.
This is always such a great event, and there's really cool atmosphere when you walk in. Watching the guys behind the rib, doing the cooking and yelling back and forth and yelling out the orders, and it is a great family event. And the number of people that it takes to put this together must just be something else. Glenn, tell me about the volunteers and the organizers and how this all comes together.
Yeah, you bet. No, it takes a lot of folks to put this all together. And again, once again, this year we've partnered with the Lloydminster, the Kinsman Club of Lloydminster. And so they're going to be assisting us in many different ways. We're partners in this, and they're going to be looking after the beer gardens, and we're going to be looking after some of the other things. We've got some vendors that are going to be there this year, which is a little bit different, where we haven't had, some local folks and perhaps some people from out of town are going to have some booze with their different wares. And we've got we've got another big change this year is we've got just a great lineup of bands, and they're all local bands. And I think we've got 15 spots available, and we've got 13 of them that are full. So we're really excited about having all the local bands here. And those are all going to be released here in the next couple of days on our website and on Facebook and social media. So a lot of people, a lot of great bands that everybody knows here, and we're just so pleased to be having them play in the beer gardens throughout the event.
Well, let's talk about the main attraction, Glenn, which is the ribs and all the good food that goes along with that. So do you have some fan favorites coming back as far as the people who cook up the ribs?
Absolutely. These, it's the same. It's Ribs Unlimited. These are the same individuals and the same owners of the trucks that have been doing this for the last 5 years. So yeah, everybody's got some have their favorites and some don't. They're torn between. They like them all. So yeah, it's it's the ribs, it's the briskets, it's the chicken. They've got sausage. They got the pulled pork and all the cornbread and coleslaw. Just lots of different things, beans, there's just so much to choose from.
Well, and the one good thing is if you go Friday and you don't get full enough, you can go back on Saturday and Sunday as well. So
We have lots of those that come back throughout the 3 days.
Now, how does this
Yeah, there's no
event
question about it.
and how does this help Border City Connects? How does the event help you guys?
Well, there's two things. Of course, we've been known as the Lloydminster Handy Van for 40 years, and so with our name change to Border City Connects, just due to the fact that we're much more than what the Handy Van was. So brand recognition has been, it's really helped us out with our brand and letting people know who we are and what we do. And certainly just on the whole financial side of things, the funds that we're going to be raising here will be going towards our operations. We've had a couple of fundraisers that have been put for vehicles and some capital assets there, but this is just going to be for our operations, which is it's pretty lean and mean. But certainly, in this day and age with fuel and insurance and those types of things, it's our costs of keeping everything on the road have gone up quite substantially.
At this point, Glenn, do you need any help? Do you need people to volunteer for anything? I know the Kinsmen you said are involved and kind of handle most of that, but is there anything that you need other than people to show up at this point?
Well, no, we're always open for volunteers. More hands make lighter work. So yeah, they can contact us through our website, and we'd be more than happy. We've got a variety of shifts that we've got going on, and yeah, we'd be more than happy to accommodate other individuals if they would like to participate. We'd be more than happy to put them to work.
All right, Glenn, well, thanks so much for joining me. And one more time, if people are looking for information on anything to do with the event, where is the best place to find all that info and also about all the band announcements that'll be coming out in the next couple
Yeah,
of days
everything's going to
here?
be it'll be on Facebook as well as going to be on our website as well. So everything is just going to be downloaded here starting in the next day or two. So that's where everything will be.
All right, Glenn. Well, thanks so much for joining me. We are so excited. We usually go 1, 2, sometimes 3 days to this event. So
All
we've
right.
already got the weekend planned. Thanks so much for hosting this too. It's just a great event that brings everybody together too, and everybody has a good time. So thanks for
Yeah,
joining me, and
well,
good luck with Ribfest.
thank you very much, Stacy. We appreciate your all your help on this.
And now we're just going to take a quick look at the 3-day forecast. We're going to have some strong winds on Wednesday and Thursday, though it will be mostly sunny on Thursday especially, and it'll be clearing up on Wednesday, a high of 18 degrees and 20 degrees on those 2 days. And then on Friday, we'll get mostly sunny, and it will still be a little bit breezy, a high of 21 for Friday with that sun. And then lows for those days will be 6, 8, and 8, so a nice little finish out to your first week here in June. And thank you for watching Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman, and have a wonderful rest of your day.